The build-up to Houston's Week 14 matchup arrives with the weight that comes from a team trying to secure positioning in a tight AFC landscape. This roster, young but increasingly composed, understands that each December game shapes whether the season extends into January. Still, even as preparation shifts toward defending a potent opponent, off-field developments from the previous week linger. Moments that once felt routine or harmless now fall under league scrutiny, and the consequences can ripple beyond a single play. For a team leaning heavily on disciplined execution, any distraction, no matter how minor, carries significance. Nico Collins experienced that reality when the league issued its latest round of discipline. His fine for unsportsmanlike conduct stemmed from what officials deemed a violent gesture following a fourth-quarter first-down catch against Indianapolis. Collins' celebration, a brief underhand finger gun motion he had used in past seasons, fell squarely within the league's tightened enforcement standards. The gesture cost him more than $14,000 and reinforced the NFL's emphasis on eliminating imagery tied to aggression. For a player enjoying a strong year, it served as an unwelcome reminder that familiar habits can become liabilities under evolving rules. The league's point of emphasis on such conduct reflects broader concerns raised during the offseason. Officials noted a rise in prohibited gestures during the previous year and instituted clearer boundaries to maintain consistency across games. Collins' action, though subtle, met the criteria outlined in the rulebook under prohibited acts. The enforcement is not designed to diminish personality, but to keep celebrations within limits the league believes promote sportsmanship. While the penalty carried no in-game consequence in that moment, the message is unmistakable. Even brief displays will be flagged and fined. From Houston's perspective, the concern lies not in the financial penalty, but in the potential competitive implications. A 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct flag in a tight, late-game situation could swing momentum or field position. The Texans rely heavily on rhythm in their passing game, and the margins against contenders like Kansas City are thin. Coaches emphasize that discipline details matter, especially for players who attract attention from officials due to prior violations. Collins' production makes him indispensable, which increases the responsibility he carries with each snap. To his credit, Collins addressed the situation with humor and honesty earlier in the year when similar concerns surfaced. He acknowledged understanding how officials view such gestures and expressed awareness that referees monitor him closely. His remarks about needing to be smarter with celebrations reflected a player growing into a leadership role. Yet he also maintained that signaling a first down or energizing teammates remains part of his identity as a competitor. The challenge now is finding a version of that expression that stays within league parameters. On the field, Collins continues to serve as one of Houston's most reliable offensive weapons. His physicality at the catch point, improved route precision, and ability to generate yards after contact have elevated him into the upper tier of AFC receivers. He brings size and timing that open up perimeter opportunities, aiding a passing game that thrives on trust and spacing. That production carries weight both in the huddle and in the locker room, where younger receivers often follow his example. Ensuring that his presence remains available in high-leverage moments is essential for an offense still developing its full identity. Houston's matchup this week magnifies the need for discipline. Kansas City challenges defenses with sustained pressure and contests nearly every route. Maintaining field position, avoiding unnecessary penalties, and capitalizing on explosive plays are non-negotiable. Collins' ability to win isolated matchups will be central to the Texans' game plan, especially against a defense that thrives on forcing opponents into low-percentage throws. Any setback tied to preventable penalties would undercut the very advantages Houston hopes to exploit. Ultimately, the fine serves as a small but meaningful reminder during a season defined by incremental progress. The Texans have improved by leaning on structure, accountability, and consistent effort. A player of Collins' caliber understands that the team's aspirations extend beyond individual moments. As the schedule tightens and stakes rise, Houston's success will depend on preserving strengths while minimizing distractions. If Collins channels the same focus that has fueled his emergence into cleaning up the small details, he remains a central figure in keeping Houston's postseason push on track.